Hey, Shalawam, Shalawam. All praises be to Yahawah, Yahawashi. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of the great millstone. Shalawam to the Lord's hopeful elect. It's your brother Yeram Kazak back with hopefully another edifying lesson through the spirit and power of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Makakadash. Alright, I'm going to just get right into the video of some guy just talking.
You're the foolishness that the camps produce. I guess you waiting for the MOTB too, right? You waiting for that? You waiting for the mark of the beast? False doctrine. Are you waiting for Jacob's trouble? False doctrine. Or you think the chariots are going to come get you? You know that's nothing but a Christian doctrine. It's nothing but the rapture with a Hebraic twist. And what is black culture? Tell me what black culture is. Like 100% of all so-called black people are doing the exact same things. Negro, you're the goofy one because you speak just like Esau, because that's who you work for. Y'all just get on the internet and make yourself look foolish. But we know that the white man set y'all up, and y'all running around here acting like fools. I mean, I can't stand the black woman. And you nigga, the 2/3. Nigga, you're the real goofy, man. And everybody can see it.
Well, actually, if this was you talking about yourself, it would be 100% accurate, because you are the real goofy and everybody can see it. Okay? But regardless, man, we don't care about name calling. Alright, how you feel about us, your opinion. Let's hit these scriptures. Okay? And first and foremost, man, let's hit this right real quick. I just go to Google on you. The mark of the beast found in the book of Revelations is a symbolic representation of allegiance to a powerful anti-Hamashiach figure in his system, which that's off. Okay? A little bit of it is right. It ain't just one anti-Hamashiach, it's many. Okay? It signifies those who embrace this figure and his teachings rather than power Yahawah and his followers. Now that figure would be what? That would be the beast. Okay? It's many countries. Let's go to Revelations, the 13th chapter, verse 15. And actually, we'll start up at 11. Just so you can get a full understanding. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Okay? So this new beast is coming, man. Alright? It's already here. Okay? At the end of the day. And he exerciseth all the power of the first beast before him, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast whose deadly wound was healed. Now, what was that first beast it was talking about? That was Rome. Alright? That was the power structure back then. Okay? Now, the deadly wound was healed, meaning that the Roman Empire is back. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. Bingo. Who does that? America. Right? So we going back, those 2 horns. What does America rule by? Democrats and Republicans. Alright? But really it doesn't matter because the leader is already selected. Okay? So they're coming to you in nice and peaceful ways, but they speak as a dragon. They have war in their hearts. They already know what they want to do. They made the atomic bomb drop. That's fire dropping down in the sight of men. And also these laser weapons that they dropped on Maui, Chile, Texas, California, etc., etc. Verse 14, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword, and did live. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, and the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed, unalived. Right? Now, what is that image? What is an image at the end of the day? An image is a figure or likeness, right? Used of the moral likeness of renewed men to power. So really, on the wicked hand side, it's your morals, your principles, your values, the way that you carry yourself, right? So your morals and your values is set up in a wicked way. You're worshiping Satan, right, the beast, America, and these other Edomite countries, like the UK, Great Britain, NATO, these 10 kings, these heads, right, that come together. So if you're worshiping the ways that they're bringing you, like taking this MOTB, which you believe doesn't exist, then you are worshiping that image. And if you don't worship that image, then what? Any that would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark, M-A-R-K, in their right hand or in their foreheads, a charagma. You got to go into that word, right? Let's get it. To receive a charagma.
Strong's G 5480. Charagma. Charagma.
Charagma, a stamp, an imprinted mark of the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as the badge of the followers of the anti-Hamashiachs, or anti-Hamashiach, which we understand is multiple anti-Hamashiachs, as I said earlier. If you're in Christianity, you're anti-Hamashiach, right? You're going against Yahawashi, you're going against the doctrine, you're going against the ways. Now, the Edomites as a whole, every single nation that they have is anti-Hamashiach, right? And then the false prophet would be known as the Vatican, which is at the head of their church, the head of the Catholic Church, right? So that's bringing down all their religious structure. That's also trying to join every religion on earth together, right? You've always heard about one world religion, one world banking system, and one world government. That's the NWO, okay? But you, I guess you don't really study, man. You just, whatever. Keeping it going. So in your right hand or in your foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that have the charagma, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. That's also referring to a digital currency that is coming, a digital way that they will track you, purchases, right? Currency. This all flows together, okay? You can easily look this up with a RFID C-hip right here. It will be placed in your right hand. Placed in your right hand. It was actually a dude on Instagram. He got the Neuralink, put it in his forehead. If I could find him. It's real recent. Oh yeah, you could get that one. But this dude was like, it was a Jake dude. It was real recent. I don't see him. But regardless, you can get this patient.
In simplest terms, a brain-computer interface is a device that senses brain activity, specifically your intention to move your hand, and sends that information out of the head and gets translated so that it can drive a computer. The combination of Barrow and Neuralink was an ideal match because you have one of the best and most trusted brands in neurosurgery coming together with one of the leading companies in neurotechnology, and together the powers of both are just enormous. We started learning about how Neuralink put their humor. He connects easily with people. I can only imagine what it must have felt like for Nolan to see the activity of his brain flashing on the computer screen. For us, it was like we were unlocking this secret language that never before we had access to.
Yeah, anyway, they think it's so revolutionary and convenient, and it's an upgrade, okay, when it's actually destroying you. Okay, it's not the correct way to live. It's unnatural. It's artificial, right? And as you can see with that individual, that's one patient. It's been several others that this technology has been tested on, experimented on. But once again, you don't believe in this. You think this is fake like that. Like we just making it up out of nowhere, out of thin air. Okay, so that's the charagma that will be placed in your right hand or your forehead. It's going to come in those forms where you will be able to buy or sell. Have you ever heard of the Amazon One stores? And I understand, man, you ain't probably meant to get it, but for edification purposes, right? This will be, people can get it. Amazon One, a palm recognition payment system, is used as a variety at a variety of locations, including over 500 Whole Foods Market stores, Amazon Go stores, and third-party locations like stadiums and airports. It's also used in some Amazon U.S. campus coffee shops and cafes, according to Instagram posts, right? So this is what's taking place now. Well, you can, if you got the C-hip in your hand, or you could just scan your hand, put your card on there, and it's hand recognition, all right? And they're gonna take it a step further and put the C-hip in your hand. So this is but like you've been living under a rock. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand these individuals, man. Okay, are you really serious? Like I shouldn't even have to do this lesson anymore. All right, but we gonna do it. So this is what's taking place. All right. Now, what else did you say? Chariots. You said we're not going to be picked up with chariots. Okay, let's go to Matthew 24th chapter, starting at 29. Immediately after the tribulation, right? So you talk about some rapture doctrine. Did I say anything about rapture? Have I ever said anything about a rapture? No. Goofy. And you still a goofy. All right? Immediately after the tribulation. So we have to go through Jacob's trouble. You said Jacob's trouble is false. Well, what's the tribulation? Let's break that down to you. Goofy. Oppressing, pressing together, pressure. All right? Oppression, affliction, distress, straits. Right? Immediately after the tribulation, the oppression of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven. And that's talking about nukes. All right? And also wisdom, understanding, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. That's talking about governments, rulerships, all right? Countries being dropped, being fallen, okay? And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man, Yahawashi, in heaven. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn. They shall wail at his appearing. If you actually read the Bible, that's in Revelations, the 1st chapter, verse 7. And they shall see the Son of Man, Yahawashi, coming in the clouds. Now, what are clouds? These are chariots, man. You think he coming in actual clouds? All right? I ain't never went into this, but let's look at it. A cloud, used of the cloud which led the Israelites in the wilderness. Now, what was that? All right? Blue Letter doesn't understand, but it's talking about chariots. Okay? We was led by a cloud in the daytime and a pillar of fire at night. That's a chariot. You're not a spiritual individual. You're a goofy. All right? That's why I called you a goofy. And I was right on my first initial judgment of you. Okay? You came on a post which was just meant to be it had truth in it, but it was meant to be a light post, a joke, right? Joking on black culture, But you came on there being hella serious and effeminate, man. And you showed your case. All right? You talking about I'm what camps produce? No, you what the world produces. All right? At the end of the day. Now let's keep going. Verse 31. So Yahawashi is actually 30 at the end of it. Yahawashi is going to come in clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet. And they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. Now, what does that sound like? That sounds like 1 Thessalonians 4 and 16. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel Michael, and with the trump of power, and the dead in Hamashiach shall rise first. Rise, right? Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds. What are clouds? So we going into clouds? These are chariots to meet Yahawashi in the air. And so shall we ever be with Yahawashi. Wherefore comfort one another with these words. So I'm gonna just cut you with those two, bro. Cause honestly, you stepped into a deep ditch that the scriptures can't catch that. Alright? You spoke against the scriptures, man. The scriptures are gonna be forever true. Yahawashi is known as faithful and true. You are false. You are a false individual with a broke ass doctrine. Alright? Now what else did you say? Camps. Okay. Let's go, let's get one for you. This is Luke 10:1. After these things, Yahawashi appointed over 70 also. That sounds like a company of men, because that's all a camp is. You had the 12 apostles, that's a camp. He moved around with them, that's a camp. He moved around with a great multitude, that's a camp. Right? What is Great Millstone and affiliates right now? That's a camp, a great multitude of men that's preaching the same exact doctrine. Alright? And sent them two and two before his face into every city and place, whether he himself would come. Yahawashi is doing the exact same thing right now. Pushing his men out upon this globe. Alright? Pushing his word out upon this globe. And you speak against it. Therefore you hate Yahawashi. And you hate Yahawah. And you will not make it. Alright? If you don't repent, you need to repent and turn back, man. And the last thing you said was you said black women. That's very easy. 1 Timothy 5:6. But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. Okay, this is what you're defending. Let me see. Let's just type in black women. Right? Look at this shit, man. All you see most of the, I don't want to get on these women, but for the most part, you see fakeness. Alright? You see how women trying to be white women. You see no head covering, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? Alright? Our women have been shaped, and they're not in the way that they're supposed to be. A lot of cleavage, things of that nature, no covering up. Right? And a lot of them, some of them was Hamites. Let me see, black American women. They deny the man. Right? Especially this bitch. The things she done put out that show insecure. Right? Queen Latifah, a lesbo. Right? This bitch, just her whole marriage is terrible. Okay, it's all on the streets, all on Front Street. Oh, we don't know, man. Things we could talk about. Her and Jay-Z. Why you think Chris Brown beat her ass? Okay, these women are harlots in the streets. Okay, well, who is? I thought that was Laura London. I don't know that bitch name. Oh my goodness, this one, evil, wicked. Right. So what? You like? What are you trying to do? You trying to justify the black woman? Is the black woman in a good state? Right? She liveth in pleasure, right? Nah, you women at ease. That's what it is. Alright? Rise up, you women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Once again, man, you speaking against the scriptures. You think Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi likes these black women? Okay? And they're not black women, they're Israelite women. There's no such thing as black. Right? Many days and years shall you be troubled, ye careless women. For the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease, be troubled. Ye careless ones, strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. Right? These women don't care. They have no thought towards a real man of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Alright, a man that's taking care of his kids, a man that's doing right. They don't respect it. I just had recently, right, my rib, her my ribs in order, but her damn sisters, they don't understand the way that we live. Right? So they be like, he gonna cheat on you, girl. He gonna do this. Right? They don't understand multiple wives. They don't understand these type of situations. First of all, you don't even need to be meddling in our fucking business. Alright? Mind your shit. Cause all of them single. But they want to meddle in somebody else's business. Okay? And that's the thing about these black women. When they single, they want you to be single and miserable with them. Because misery, Salaki, I'm talking too fast. Misery loves company. Okay? But you want to defend and justify these black women. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. Alright? What else did you say? I don't know, that's pretty much it. You're still a goofy. Okay? You ain't bring out no precepts. You ain't bring out no understanding. Alright? Your ministry trash, if you even have one. You don't have this truth. You preach against the truth. Okay? Alright, women. With that being said, all praises be to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, and Kalkadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of the great millstone that rule well and teach well and sincerely taught us this truth. And Shalawam to the Lord's hopeful elect. Until next time, Kwam Yasharahla and a Bible ball to this wicked kingdom. May this bitch fall soon. Shalawam.